What is up? What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, we have seen a absolutely fantastic basketball game earlier today. Guys, it happened at 11 a.m. Chicago time, which is way too early to be having a game on a Sunday, but it happened. It was between the Chicago Sky and the Las Vegas Aces. And guys, what a game it was. Ultimately, the winner of this game was the Las Vegas Aces, who were able to grit out a win that, did not look like it was going to go in their favor. This was a hard, gritty, low-scoring game that had a lot to do with defense, a lot to do with missed calls from the referees, and a lot to do with big shot takers making big shots at the right time. Now, guys, the final score was 77 Las Vegas Aces, 75 for the Chicago Sky. Now, guys, when I look at this game, one, in full disclosure, I was at the game. I was at the game in person. I am also a Sky fan, which likely, if you're watching this channel, you will likely already know that. But I am going to, as always, when I cover the Chicago Sky, I'm going to try to make sure that like my bias is sort of waned in, and I really do focus on like what a neutral observer would probably say about this game. Okay, so again, the final score was 77 Las Vegas Aces, 75 Chicago Sky. Now, this was a must-win game for the Las Vegas Aces. The reason why is because they have come off a couple of bad games where they've pretty much looked out of sorts since they got back from the Olympics. You have players who just aren't playing the way they normally play. When you look at the Las Vegas Aces, they do rely on their starting five a lot. And their starting five lately has not been that good. So today was a game that they had to win. The Las Vegas Aces really did need this win, and they got it. Because they have been struggling, right? They are 6 of 4 of their last 10 games. 6 wins, 4 losses in their last 10 games. And wow. I thought they were about to lose this game. I thought they were about to lose this game, because one of the things that we saw against the Minnesota Lynx with the Las Vegas Aces is their inability at times to lock down really on defense, and their inability for their guards to consistently score. All right, that was one of the things that was coming into this game, and I was like, I had extra paid attention to the Aces in terms of like what exactly will their guards do. And A'ja Wilson has been struggling for A'ja Wilson since getting back from the Olympics. I mean, she's still playing very, very well, but she's not playing like the normal A'ja Wilson self. And she did struggle today. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that she had to say about the referees and whatnot. So we're going to get into this game, okay? So if y'all could, please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Guys, I barely have a voice right now. The reason why I'm doing this stream right now is because I was going to do it in the morning, but I am not sure that I am going to have a voice in the morning. Because if you all watched the stream, I streamed the whole game on my other channel. You all would have heard me screaming the entire time. Okay. So, we will continue this as long as I have a voice, and once it goes away, then it goes away. Okay. A'ja Wilson was the talk of the town after the game was over. We saw from LeBron James to Don Staley to Rebecca Lobo to just about everybody else related to basketball. They had a lot to say about A'ja Wilson when she hit the dagger. But before we get to the dagger shots, I want to sort of set the scene for what it was like in the building. It was ultimately absolutely insane in the building, guys. I don't know how much you all actually got the chance to watch that game live, but if you didn't, go back and watch it, because truly, guys, it was an absolute show. And the reason why I say that is because it was a series of emotions, highs and lows for all different types of fans, okay? And I want to show a video that I actually just put out on my other channel of I titled it, here's what happens. Here's what heartbreak looks like in 41 seconds. And the reason why I titled it that is because that's exactly what this is. Guys, what we saw was heartbreak for Sky fans in this game. We saw a extremely high of highs when Chennedy Carter hit a absolute dagger, which I'm about to show on the screen right now. I'm just going to pull that up real quick, and we are going to show that and get into it because that was insane. It was insane. Everyone went crazy. I went crazy. And yeah, I want to show it to y'all. I want to show it to y'all, and we're gonna talk about it. Okay, we're gonna talk about what happened, and then we're gonna move on to other topics about this game. Okay. All right. So here's the video I put out on my other channel about here's what heartbreak looks like, and I want to just show y'all the Chennedy Carter shot versus the A'ja Wilson shot. Okay. All right, so we had Sky fans going crazy on one end and sad on the other end. So let's watch it. So it was with 5.4 seconds left to go. Chennedy Carter ended up tying the game.
A few moments later.
A'ja Wilson is A'ja Wilson. Guys, that was my sentiment. That was exactly my sentiment after this game. And let's specifically look at those shots separately. So first, the first shot was actually was no. What happened? Okay. Hold on, guys. Weird issue. Oh no, I minimized it. I think that's what I did. Okay. First I wanna show y'all the Chennedy Carter dagger. So this happened. It was about 5.4 seconds on the left on the shot clock. The Chicago Sky had the ball. They were coming back into this one. And the Chicago Sky were actually down at one point. They were down by quite a bit. We saw Chennedy Carter twice come up with some big 3-point baskets for the Chicago Sky. Got us a tied game. Now, after that was tied, she hit a dagger. After that was tied, crowd went crazy. People all over the place. Crazy. Y'all heard me. And if y'all watched that other stream, y'all heard me. I was going crazy because I'm a Sky fan, so I wanted the Sky to win. And we were like, wow, we're going to overtime. The Chicago Sky is going to overtime. And then, guys, we had this play that sealed the deal. A'ja Wilson ends up with a layup. She's all business. Her team is crazy excited. Now, I want to walk through this because the referees, which I'm going to talk more about in a sec, the referees ruined this game. Now, this is me talking not as a Sky fan, but as a observer. Guys, so for those who are saying, you're only saying this because you're a Sky fan, no, it's not true. Like, it's not. I'm saying this because I actually think it's true. Okay, so here's the thing. The referees were trash in this game. absolutely, positively trash. There were times in this game where where the Chicago Sky was getting fouled on post shots. They were, it was the Teressa Weatherspoon ended up getting a tech in this game, and the reason why is because the play was happening right in front of her, which I am right behind where Teaspoon stands at because I'm behind the bench, and the referees was standing right there. One of the Sky players gets whacked on the arm while dribbling the ball. Nothing called. Absolutely nothing was called. The ref is right there. And they get mad at Teaspoon for getting mad at them and then getting a tech. Guys, Kelsey Plum on this play is a moving screen. This is a moving screen, guys. It's a moving screen. Now let's slow it down. We're gonna slow down the video and we're gonna walk through it. It was a complete moving screen that the refs didn't call. All right? Let's look at this. Okay. Okay. So it's sort of a wraparound screen. So A'ja Wilson stays in place. Kelsey Plum is supposed to wrap around A'ja Wilson, go on the other side, set the screen for Angel on Angel. That's the play. That's the play that they're running, right? Okay. And look at this. Look at this. Okay. She's supposed to be setting the screen. So A'ja Wilson is moving. Kelsey Plum, who's supposed to be setting the screen, still moving. Her arms are on Lindsay Allen's chest. And watch. Moving, digging. She's digging with her legs, trying to block both Lindsay Allen and Angel Reese. It's a moving screen. Offensive foul. No foul was called on that. Absolutely. This is a fantastic play by A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson is fantastic. Yada, yada, yada. All the pleasantries you want to give to A'ja Wilson. So y'all don't be like, oh, you disrespecting A'ja Wilson and all this other. All the pleasantries, whatever. Guys, this game was supposed to go to overtime. Because this is a moving screen, guys. And for those who disagree, like seriously, let me know in the chat if you how in the world you disagree that this is not a moving screen. This is a moving screen. Let's look at it again. We're watching this in 0.5 speed. Kelsey Plum is starting to set the screen. Where is her feet? Moving. The ball is inbounding, and Kelsey Plum is still moving on the screen, trying to block both Lindsay Allen and A'ja Wilson. Guys, it's a moving screen. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say, guys. If you disagree, let me know and we're going to talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about it if you disagree. Because I don't know how anybody could disagree with this. It's a moving screen. Dion says, "I'm sorry, I don't see anything." Dion, do you know what? Do you know the definition of a moving screen? Do you like? This is not me being like silly. I'm like actually serious. Do you know the definition of a moving screen? Do you know? Do you know the definition? And that's not me being a jerk. I'm actually really serious. Do you all know the definition of a moving screen? Do you know what a moving screen is? Do you know what do you know what it is? Do you know what happens when you set a screen? What is supposed to happen when you set a screen? You're supposed to be stagnant, or you're supposed to not move. That's the point, right? You're not supposed to move on a screen, right? Unless the rules change. Unless the rules changed and now you can move on screens, which if that is new rule. Guys, look at this again. She rolls off the screen. She's moving. She's moving. She's keep moving. When has she stopped? This is supposed to be a screen. You're supposed to be stationary. She's moving through the screen. And again, guys, I'm trying to figure out, and I'm trying to make sure that like my argument is, I'm trying to make sure that my argument is sound, because I don't want this to be like, oh, you're bashing on the Aces because you're a Sky fan. No. This is basketball. What is a screen? You're supposed to, when you set a screen, you're supposed to plant your feet. You're supposed to stay stationary. You're not supposed to move to the left, move to the right. You're not supposed to move your hands. You're not supposed to move your feet. What is a screen? If that is a screen, what is a screen? What is it? What is a screen? What is it? What does it mean? Guys? That was a moving screen. So it's just another example of the poor officiating that we saw earlier today. Yes, the Chicago Sky lost. Absolutely. So is it all on am I saying, oh, the Chicago Sky lost because of the refs? Yes, the refs absolutely missed this. Absolutely. But ultimately, it is your job as a team to ensure that you do not put it in the refs' hands. There was stuff that the Sky could have done during this game to ultimately win. And it should not have been reliant on this non-call. All right? So, and for those who are going to say, Quita is blaming the refs for the Sky loss. Am I? No. It's not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is the WNBA has a referee problem. We've had a referee problem this entire year. It feels like this year the refs are way worse than they ever have been. They are absolutely horrible, guys. It's insane to see what happens throughout games where so many no calls. Look at this. Moving screen. Yeah. And this is not a situation where it was just against the Chicago Sky. A'ja Wilson had a poor game today. All right. A'ja Wilson struggled. She struggled in this game big time. All right. And I have to say, I saw some really good defense by both Angel Reese and Kamilla Cardoso against A'ja Wilson. I saw some really good defense. But also, they fouled the mess out of that girl. They fouled the mess out of that girl. And the refs didn't call nothing. Guys. Nothing. Now, again, before y'all say in the chat, oh, Quita, you acting like it was only against the Sky. I'm not doing that. I'm not. The refs were trash all day long. They were fouling a mess out of A'ja Wilson. They were. You know, they were fouling the mess out of Angel Reese when those layups that, you know, I see all on the internet, people say, oh, she missed so many layups in a row and all this. Why do you think she was missing? I had a set straight on view. She was getting whacked. She was getting fouled. The referees weren't calling anything. I'm just saying, like there were a ton a ton of missed calls the entire game. The entire game. Do I think it was worse for the Sky? Yes. But also, the Sky got away with a lot of calls too. All right. So yeah, I'm just saying. And sorry guys, I'm a little like, I think because I was up so early at the game, I'm like pretty wired, and I'm not like my like calm self. So I apologize about that in advance, but yeah, I'm not as calm as I normally am. But guys, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. Machiavelli said Angel was hacked. Yeah. Angel was hacked the whole game. She was hacked the whole game. She was. She absolutely was. And so, I'm just saying. I am just saying. Yeah, they rarely do call it. They rarely do call when Angel gets fouled. They rarely call it. They rarely call it. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy what these referees do every single day. It's crazy. But I do want to say a huge shout out to Kamilla. Kamilla. Yeah, Kamilla Cardoso continues to have fantastic games. This is the Sky's third straight loss. This is. Right? This is their third straight loss. And yes, ultimately they need to close out games. This is the second game where it was basically a one possession that ultimately determined the game. So yes, do the Sky need to figure out a way to win? Absolutely. However, I think there is there's a lot of positives that we can take from these series of games from the Chicago Sky. A whole bunch of positives. I see positives left and right. Dion, thank you so much for the super chat. Says you see Plum come around to set a screen, but they tripped her, which caused her to kind of fall on the Sky, and Asia took advantage going behind Plum. It was still a moving screen. Even if Kelsey Plum tripped, it's still a moving screen. They didn't hold on. Let me go back and watch this stuff. I don't know how else you can get around that not being a moving screen. I don't know. I don't know how you can get away from that being get around that possibly being a moving screen, because it was. But I'm about to go watch it again. She was never tripped. Dion. Kelsey Plum was never tripped. Who tripped her? Not that one. Where is? Hold on. I'm gonna show my screen. Uh-oh. Let's do this again. Dion. Let's do this again. Who tripped Kelsey Plum? When did she trip? Okay, she goes around the screen. When did she trip? Her feet are right there. Who is she tripping on? She's not tripping. Who is she? She never tripped. Kelsey Plum never tripped. Like, I really do appreciate your super chat, but I really don't understand what you're talking about. She never tripped. She's supposedly set in the moving screen. She's sliding her feet. She never tripped. Where's the trip? It don't exist, man. Come on, man. Let's just be real. Let's be truthful. Let's be honest. Let's actually recognize what we see with our two eyes. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, it's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. So I'm just saying. I am just saying, so yeah. No one tripped. There was never a trip. There was never a trip. All right. And if there was, I would admit it. Like, I don't have a problem admitting reality. I don't. If it was tripping, I'll admit it. I'm not a homer that's like, I only admit stuff that benefits my team. No. I'm just saying. All right. Thank you very much. Sorry guys, I am like really weird today. I don't know. This is very, 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 very interesting today. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, we got Angel Reese and we got Kamilla Cardoso. Both of these players, in my opinion, were absolutely fantastic in the last several games. So after the Olympic break, there was talk about what was the Sky gonna do. And I made a video talking about how I made a video talking about how the Sky season is over. And the point of that video was basically to say that it didn't matter that we didn't make any additional changes to the roster at the trade deadline. Yes, we traded Marina Mabrey, but like besides that, we didn't make anything, and that's okay because the rest of the season is whatever in terms of ultimate wins or losses. Okay. The Sky might end up in the playoffs, might get that 8th spot, or they might not get that 8th spot. Either way, the purpose, in my opinion, for the rest of this season is to focus on 3 players. It's to focus on Kamilla Cardoso, developing her into the big that we all know she can be in the WNBA in terms of her defense, in terms of her ability to be effective on the offensive end, right? Her ability to on defense keep her hands straight up instead of leaning, right? So developing Kamilla, and also, so that's number 1, absolutely. Number 2, developing Angel. Angel, we already know she can get a lot of rebounds, right? We already know that. But developing her ability to actually shoot. She's not a mid-range player, but the Sky needs her to be. We need her to be a mid-range player in the future. We absolutely do. And so she needs to start patenting her game around the player she just played today in A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson can hit mid-range jumpers like all day long. Yes, today she wasn't hitting them. But normally you can hit those things, right? Patenting your game around other bigs that can score the basket outside of 4 feet from the basket, right? Developing that. And then for Chennedy, continuing to have Chennedy work with them and just continue to see what Chennedy Carter can do. Because to me, those are 3 future players for the team. Those are the 3 guaranteed players in the future. That's it. It's Chennedy, Kamilla, Angel. Everybody else, we'll see about everybody else. We'll see about everybody else later. But that's the focus. If you can develop those three and their relationship together, oh, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for the Chicago Sky. Because did you see the way Kamilla played today? Guys, did you see? Did you see the way that Kamilla Cardoso played today? Yeah, she was fantastic. I just want to go through some of Kamilla Cardoso's stats to just sort of talk y'all through what this means. So Kamilla Cardoso almost had a double-double. She had 8 points, 12 rebounds. She had 3 assists, so she's passing the ball. And guys, Kamilla Cardoso had 5 blocks. Kamilla had 5 blocks. And I believe all of them were against A'ja Wilson. So I'm just saying, that's just a teaser of like the Kamilla we know she can be. That is just a teaser. I think that Kamilla Cardoso is just realizing how good she is and how good she can be. Did y'all see during that game when after it was one of the blocks that Kamilla had on A'ja? She blocked her shot and then she stared at her. Kamilla, the whole, yeah, Kamilla still don't talk like that, no, like that or whatever. But like that whole timid Kamilla, y'all, she ain't timid. Nah. Kamilla is bold. She is brave, and that girl is about to put on a absolute show. So this is the warning for y'all. Kamilla Cardoso is coming. Okay, it took her a little bit because again she came late because she was injured. But since we got back from the Olympic break, we have seen some fantastic games from Kamilla. All right, she had 10 points, 15 points, 12 points, 18 points, and then today she had 8 points. Definitely could have had more if they would have went to her more. But Kamilla Cardoso, what we have seen from her after the Olympic break is huge. Absolutely huge. And it's not just about the points, guys. It's not just about the box score. It's about her defense. It's good, guys. Not just the shots that she blocks. And I love the relationship her and Angel seem to have together. I think now I saw people talking about, oh, is this going to work long-term, Angel and Kamilla? I say yes. I don't know how you watch a game like today and not think that this won't work long-term. This works long-term. Kamilla Cardoso played 32 minutes in today's game. I don't think she came out at all in the second half. She basically played the entire second half. And did she let up? No, she did not. No, she did not. Kamilla didn't seem to get tired. She just continued to move and move and move and move. And y'all, Kamilla was frustrating A'ja Wilson. She was frustrating the mess out of her. She was frustrating her. And guys, there was a interview during the game. I think it was at halftime, I want to say. Or was it at halftime? I don't know. It was one of the it was either halftime or at the end of a quarter. And the game was on, I believe, CBS. The person was asking A'ja questions, and there's people online who are saying that A'ja, she was talking about somebody staring at her or whatever. Some people are saying that she was talking about Kamilla. Some people are saying that she was talking about the refs. I think she's talking about the refs, but it'd be funny if she's talking about Kamilla. But I tell you this, she was frustrated. That whole game, she was frustrated. Yes, she was getting fouls. She was getting fouled and they wasn't calling it. Yes, but not all the time. Not all the time were those missed shots from A'ja Wilson fouls. No, they weren't. We saw Kamilla Cardoso sit down and play some defense. And not be scared. Not be scared that she was going against, the royalty, basically. The lady who got her own statue at South Carolina, right? She wasn't scared about that. She wasn't scared. And she came out there today, as she has since Olympic break, and has balled. So guys, I'm curious to hear what y'all have to say about Kamilla, but I thought Kamilla played fantastic. I have been seeing her play fantastic since we've been back, and this is exactly what the Sky needs from her. This is exactly what the Sky needs every single time. Every single time. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Yes, y'all listen to Carmella, and please hit that like button. Please hit that like button for me one time, because yeah. Ice says that's because she's healthy. Yeah. I think it's healthy, but also I think that she I think her, taking that little bit of a break for the Olympics really helped her as well. Like I think, sure, she's healthy, but I think that sort of mental break where they had like a 2-week break from the team, I think that really did help her. And then when she came back, working with the post coaches, just to really continue to develop her game. Like, I love it, guys. And I don't know if you all have noticed it. I noticed it because I literally watch every single Sky game. Is that you all noticed that like when the season first started, and when she came, was healthy, came in to play some games. Kamilla, she would always, when she's trying to block a shot or whatever, she would always lean. Like, her arms would be kind of like this, right? She would get called for the foul a lot. She would get that foul call a whole lot, because she would always, her arms would never be straight up. But if you all have noticed, yes, she still does that sometimes, but if you all have noticed, there seems to be a concerted effort from her to keep her hands straight up. Does she always do it? No. However, I see improvement on that. There's just like little things here and there. Her calling for the ball. Her teammates actually recognizing it and actually finding a way to give her the ball. It's just better. It is just better, guys. There's development there for Kamilla Cardoso. Development, yeah. On both the defensive end and on the offensive end. On the offensive end, she just seems to feel comfortable. She's comfortable to hit that mid-range jumper. She's comfortable to try to take her man on the dribble. She's comfortable when she gets the ball to not put it down, to keep it up and to shoot. She's comfortable. And guys, the league is in for a special treat come next year and come the year after that. I'm just saying, guys. Because not only is Kamilla Cardoso playing really, really well, Angel is also playing really well. Guys, they put out some stats about Angel Reese today. She's had 22 double-doubles this regular season. And says Angel Reese has tied Tina Charles for the most double-doubles by a rookie in a single season, when Tina Charles had 22 double-doubles in 2010. So, I want to acknowledge this and talk about it, because Angel grabs rebounds for the Chicago Sky. That's what she does. She grabs rebounds for them, and yes, some of those rebounds are on her own misses. Absolutely they are. Absolutely they are. Another cool stat is that today is Angel's third consecutive game, I should say, with 20 plus rebounds. She becomes the first player in WNBA history to record 20 plus rebounds in 3 straight games. So yeah, sure, it's going to be commentary about, yeah, she got a lot of her misses and all that, and she did. And Absolutely. Does she need to, work on sort of focusing a little bit more to hit those shots on the first try? Yeah, sure. Today she was getting fouled quite a bit. She was getting hit on the hand when she was shooting. No foul was called. A lot of the time there was no foul called. So yes, absolutely, she needs to make her layups. Absolutely, those are also contested layups for the most part. And for those, there's people who are like, "Oh, this is so terrible. She is horrible," and they show the graphic of her getting like three or four straight offensive rebounds because she missed and then tries to put it back up and whatnot. Guys, since when is it bad for someone to get their own rebound? Since when? Since when is it bad? Since when is it bad? Guys. Yes, she needs to make her shots. Absolutely. But the idea that it's seen it's a negative to grab your own rebound when you miss is crazy to me. Are you supposed, so when you miss, are you supposed to just run down the court on the other end because you're just so upset that you missed? No, you're supposed to get your rebound, right? You're supposed to get your rebound, right? Like, I thought that was the whole thing. Isn't it bad on the Aces to allow somebody to allow the other team to get that many offensive rebounds? I mean, I would think. It's confusing to me. Like I don't understand how this is a conversation. No one ever had a problem, it seemed, with anybody getting their own rebound if they miss. All right? It was never an issue. You know, we saw in the Fever Lynx game yesterday. There were a ton of offensive rebounds for the Indiana Fever. I believe Aaliyah Boston missed the shot and got her own rebound and put it back up. I think. I believe that was yesterday. If not, that was like the last game that they played. Yes, her shot is not great. Absolutely. This is not me saying that Angel is a fantastic shooter. She's not, guys. She's not. She needs to work on her jump shot. She needs to work on finishing through contact. And she also needs to not just throw the ball up, which she does sometimes. All of that is true. And it is fantastic to see her grab her own rebound. Guys, I don't get it. It's like people are like saying crazy stuff online about her grabbing her own rebounds. And when is this a problem? Yes, she needs to make her own shots. Absolutely needs to make her own shots. She do. So I'm just saying. John says you are lashing onto trolls and haters talking BS about her. But the thing is, guys, it feels like it's most of Twitter. It feels like it's most of YouTube. When you see commentary, that's the majority of what's being said. And so it's one of those things where I'm trying to say this to sort of counteract the narrative that's just ridiculous. Because it feels like, over 60% of everything I see about Angel Reese is about her offensive rebounds and how it's so horrible that she gets her own rebounds. Okay, maybe it's because I watch too much basketball that like my algorithms are all messed up, but I see it all the time. Like, I see it all the time, and I'm just like, what are we doing, guys? Since when is this a bad thing? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, that's not the whole of this game. There's way more stuff to talk about in this game than just that. Because, guys, I want to give credit to where credit's due. Megan Gustafson played her butt off today. Guys, I'm just saying. Pancake's mom showed up and showed out today. Now, when it came to the Aces, they were not good. They were not good at all, right? In that first half, the Aces couldn't really get anything going. They were shooting extremely poorly from the three-point line. The guards wasn't making anything happen. It just wasn't good. And then all of a sudden, Megan Gustafson, in the third quarter, I think it was the third and fourth, she ends up making 3-point baskets, guys. There's a lot of talk about A'ja Wilson, rightly so, because she got the game winner. There's a lot of talk about Kamilla, rightly so, because she got those 5 blocks. A lot of talk about Angel, rightly so, because she got the 20 plus rebounds or whatever. But, guys, the player that I was most impressed with, and in my opinion, probably the player of the game, is Megan Gustafson. You want to know why? You want to know why Megan Gustafson is my player of the game? The reason why is because she's been coming off the bench this whole time. She gets the call today that she's starting. All right. Now Megan Gustafson is a player who can play. Absolutely. Did y'all see her in the Olympics when she played for Spain? She was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely. But in the WNBA, she doesn't really play. She's played. Last year I believe she's with the Phoenix Mercury, right? And this year she has a new role with the Las Vegas Aces. And initially I thought about her sort of her having a big impact on the season. But then as the season sort of started, it didn't seem like Megan Gustafson was used that much. It didn't seem like she was used very much at all. She was just sort of right at the bench. Sometimes she would get in the game if like Kia was in foul trouble or A'ja was in foul trouble or something. But for the most part, she didn't really play. Not like that. But today, we saw a change in decision by Becky Hammond, and she decided to start Megan Gustafson. So Megan Gustafson started this game, and for the first half, she didn't really do anything. But the second half, she got three-point shots off. Big buckets. She finished the game with 13 points, shot 62% from the field. I thought she played some pretty decent defense. And she was a stretch player for the Las Vegas Aces. Guys, the way I think about players of the game and whatnot is different than other people. Absolutely. Riz says player of the game is crazy, Quita. The reason why you say it's crazy that I say it's Megan Gustafson. The reason why I say it's Megan Gustafson is because she played better than I was anticipating, guys. Megan Gustafson is a player that hasn't really done anything all year. She hasn't, guys. Megan Gustafson averages 2.7 points a game. Today, she had 13. Today, she was a huge factor in her team winning. Yes, absolutely. There are other players who did well. Absolutely. Number one of that is Chennedy Carter, which I'm about to get into, okay? But I expect Chennedy to have to score a lot of points and be very impactful for her team. I expect A'ja Wilson to be very impactful for her team and to make stuff happen for her team. I expect that. I don't expect that from Megan Gustafson. Not because she can't. That's not what I'm saying. Not because she can't, is because she hasn't this season. Primarily because she, was relegated to the bench and didn't really play much, right? So that's my thought process when I sort of talk through this, right? That is my thought process, because it's not about tough baskets from people we already know can hit tough baskets. To me, it's not about that. To me, it's about who was an X factor. Who did I not expect to play well that played very, very well? That's my thought process when I think about sort of players of the game and all this stuff. It's usually some sort of unsung hero. So in my opinion, absolutely, A'ja Wilson is A'ja Wilson, and was absolutely dominant. Or not absolutely dominant. No, she wasn't, because she struggled throughout most of this game, courtesy of the defense by the Chicago Sky. But she hit a big bucket when she needed to. But when we talk about Megan Gustafson, she had an impact. She did her job today. And could she have done this the whole time? Possibly. Yo, I know how good Megan Gustafson is. I've been a fan of Megan Gustafson since she was in Iowa. Like, I watched Megan Gustafson at Iowa because I was a big Big Ten fan. So I will watch her games. I know how good she is. I've seen her play for years in the WNBA. I've seen her at the Olympics. I know how good she is. However, this season with the Las Vegas Aces, she has not been as impactful as she was today. And so I just want to give her a shout out. I want to give her a shout out because I thought she played well. Guys, now I want to go to Chennedy Carter, aka the Kennedy Expressway. Guys, Chennedy Carter is, in my opinion, when we talk about the Chicago Sky this season, she's our most valuable player. She is the best player on our team by far, in my opinion. She is one of the best players in the W. Like, definitely, in my opinion, definitely at this point, definitely top 10, if not way closer than that. All right. I love to see Chennedy Carter play. The reason why is because no one can stop her. I want to sort of talk through some of her highlights today. But nobody can stop Chennedy Carter. The only person that can stop Chennedy Carter is Chennedy Carter. That's it. It's the Kennedy Expressway, and you better get on or get left behind. Because this girl is fire. Okay? She is absolutely fire. Scored the most points in the game, 25 points. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Chennedy Carter, she had a block in there, which is fun. When I think about Chennedy Carter, I think about a player like a Iverson, a player with handles for days, a player who can get to the basket whenever they want. That's Chennedy Carter, right? That's Chennedy Carter. And the Las Vegas Aces couldn't do anything against Chennedy. They couldn't. The reason why is because no one can do anything against Chennedy. No one can. No one can. She's the only player that can stop herself. That's it. The only thing in her way is herself. Other than that, you ain't got nothing against her. again, guys, I want to walk through. I want to walk through the last sequence, the last couple sequences of the game. All right. So we are in the third and fourth quarter of the Sky versus Aces game. We see the starters play basically the entire quarter, right? But there was a particular period of time in the fourth quarter where we saw Chennedy Carter go to the bench. Chennedy winds up going to the bench for a hot second, not a crazy long time, but she goes to the bench. And Rachel Banham comes in the game. We have about 4 minutes left to go in the game. It's 73 Las Vegas, 60 Chicago. The game was getting a little bit out of hand, and Teaspoon was probably thinking, "Hey, we need 3-point shooting. Let's bring in Rachel Banham. Chennedy, take a quick break. All right." Chennedy goes to the bench. This was her first time, I believe, to the bench in the second half, and everybody else was basically played the entire second half. Chennedy Carter sits on the bench from 4 minutes and 35 seconds. She sits until 48 seconds left to go in the game. All right, so she's sitting for a while. She sits for a while. She sits for about 4 minutes. About 4 minutes. Sits. Chennedy Carter comes in, 48.1 seconds left to go in the game. The score is 75 Las Vegas, 69 Chicago. All right. They draw up a play. The Sky call a timeout in that they draw up a play. The play, which they refuse to name the play in the post game interview. But here's what I believe the play was. When I was looking at the sort of play develop, it seemed like they were supposed to draw a screen for Rachel Banham, and she was supposed to kick to the corner. It's supposed to be open for a 3-point shot, and Chennedy was supposed to give it to Rachel Banham. That's what I think the play was. They refused to name exactly what the play was, but I think that's what the play was. After that timeout, they drew up a play for Rachel Banham to get a 3-point shot. Chennedy has the basketball. She sees that the Sky are not running the play that was drawn. They're not setting the screens that was drawn, and Kennedy's like, "Oh, I gotta be me. They are not setting the screens. They are not running the play like we just was told to. So I'm about to take this on." And what does Chennedy Carter do? Chennedy Carter winds up draining a 3-point basket in the corner, making a shot out of nowhere. It didn't look like she had a shot at all. She just elevated higher than everybody else. Elevated, got that 3-point shot off. Her feet were behind the line, 3-point basket. Boom. 3-point game, guys. Instead of 69 points, Chicago now has 72. 72-75. Chennedy Carter, she was able to recognize the situation and make a fantastic shot. Eddie says the play was for Rachel and Carter did not do it. I saw the body language of Teaspoon after she makes the play. She wasn't happy. Well, it's not. I don't think it was Carter. Chennedy Carter had the basketball. She was supposed to pass it to Rachel Banham, but she couldn't because Rachel Banham was guarded because the Sky did not set the screens. They were supposed to run. They were supposed to set some screens for Rachel. They didn't do it. Rachel was just standing there on sort of on the opposite side. It seemed like that play was blown because the other players. I think Chennedy was ready to run that play, and she saw that her teammates wasn't ready, so she was like, "Okay, well, I'm about to make my stuff happen." You know, I'm about to be Chennedy Carter. That's what she said. And she made that bucket happen when It looked like a blown play, guys. Like I was watching it live. I had it up on my screen. I don't know if I said it. I don't know if I said it like verbally or if I thought it in my mind, but like it was a blown play. I was like, oh, they ain't got nothing. Because I saw what they were supposed to do. They didn't do it. And so Chennedy Carter puts it on her back and she's like, okay, I got it. I will figure this out. And she gets a shot to go. Now it's a 3-point game. 3-point game, guys. 3-point game. The referees check to make sure it's a 3-point shot. It's a 3-point shot. Okay. The Las Vegas Aces have the basketball. They wind up missing their shot. So Kamilla Cardoso gets the rebound. The Sky, for some reason, dribble all the way down the court. They waste 5 seconds. So Kamilla gets the rebound, 10 seconds left to go. They run down the court, and they wind up calling a timeout at 5 seconds left. All right, so there's 5 seconds left on the shot clock, in the game clock. The Chicago Sky call a timeout. All right, they drop another play. And Chennedy Carter gets the basketball, goes, it was like towards the top of the key, or sort of towards the top of the key, drains a 3-point basket. And guys, the crowd went crazy. I went crazy. We all, it was insane because not only did this girl just come back in the game, she just came back in the game, guys. She was sitting on the bench for 4 minutes. She comes in, drains 1 3-point shot to get it within 3. She just drains another 3-point shot to tie it up. Game was tied. Everybody was going crazy. Chennedy Carter was Chennedy Carter. Like, it, she's a big time player. That's what she does. She's been doing it since Texas A&M. So probably since before that. She's been doing this, but I've personally been watching Chennedy Carter since Texas A&M. That's when I started watching her. I didn't watch any of her, high school stuff or whatever. So I don't know what she was doing then, but as a observer for years of Chennedy Carter, this is her, guys. This is her. This is what she does. All right. Chennedy grabbed the basketball, went to her, she went to her right, crossed over, went to her left, 3-point basket, drains it up and in. I'm just saying, guys, like, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So I'm just saying, Chennedy Carter is big. She's a big time player. Guys, one of the nicknames that we Sky fans at the actual games, what we call her is the Kennedy Expressway. She is the Kennedy Expressway. That's what she is. It's an express lane to the basket. That's Kennedy. That's Chennedy Carter. Yes, Chennedy Carter is a big time player. She makes big time buckets. Y'all saw it today. My hope for Chennedy Carter is that she continues to stay with the Chicago Sky. I think that Teressa Weatherspoon is really good for her. I think her being in the system that the Sky provides her is huge. Could Chennedy Carter, be at the top of the W? Absolutely. She has the talent to do it. She has the talent. The only thing, again, guys, the only thing that can get in Kennedy's way is her. That's it. She has a attitude at times. She does. She does not get along well with everybody, right? We saw that when it didn't work out with the team that drafted her, the Atlanta Dream, right? We saw with the Sparks. Do we know specifically exactly what happened. No. But we know it didn't work out. And it seems that the Chicago Sky, and specifically Teressa Weatherspoon, has a really good program for Chennedy to allow her to sort of be her, but also, in my opinion, sort of calm her down at times. Now, is Chennedy Carter perfect? No, she's not. Sometimes she be having an attitude problem on the court. We sometimes she gets boneheaded fouls that she gets called flagrants for, right? She has 4 of them already. One against Jewel Lloyd, I believe one against Skylar Diggins-Smith, one against Marina Mabry, and one against Caitlin Clark. So she's a player who is flawed, observantly flawed, right? But I think that that's not everything, right? That's not the whole of her. That's not the whole of her. And so I want you all to sort of like think about her with a little bit of nuance. She's a fantastic player that's flawed. It is what it is. Should she be better? Yes, absolutely. Should she rein in her emotions sometimes? Absolutely. But she's still a big time player. So yeah, and I, for one, yes, absolutely. So sometimes she does boneheaded stuff, and I say it. I'll call her out on it if she does something boneheaded. But at the same time, I do support Chennedy Carter. Yes, I do. Chennedy Carter is a member of the Chicago Sky team. Not only just that, Chennedy Carter is a straight up baller. She has so much talent. And she seems like a cool person. Yeah, sometimes she seems to get upset, and sometimes she seems to do boneheaded stuff with the fouls and whatnot. Needs to get worked out, absolutely. But that's not the whole of a person, guys. It's not. So yeah. Seti, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Angel and Kamilla play so well together, both defensively and offensively. They're giving each other good passes too. They'll be unstoppable year 2 or 3. I completely agree. Completely agree, Seti. I completely agree. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. 100%. 100%. Yeah, I'm loving Angel and Kamilla. I'm loving it. Loving it. Y'all, Camilla's a beast. She's a beast, y'all. She's a beast. And finally, more people are seeing it now. More people are seeing it now. James, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Tip Buck is back. I appreciate you, James. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for the support. Really do. Really, really do. Patrice says the good news is we have the pieces. I just think it's going to take some time to figure it all out. I completely agree. Yeah. And the thing is, in 2 to 3 years, I think we'll figure that out. I think we will. I think we will. Because again, in my opinion, 3 players guaranteed got a spot next year. 3, guys. Chennedy Carter, Kamilla Cardoso, and Angel Reese. Everybody else got to work for it. Now, I'm a big Dana Evans fan. I am. I wore her jersey today. She is my favorite player in the W. Absolutely. I want her to be on the Chicago Sky. But I heard some people say that some people associated with Dana was upset about her not playing much today. And I would have loved to see her get more playing time. Absolutely. But Teaspoon, I believe in Coach Teaspoon. She does whatever she wants to do, and the hope is to get some wins. And I think she's developing the players, and the wins will come. They'll start coming. They will start coming. AL says Chennedy is being bullied by those nasty videos on TikTok. I think it messes with her head. Yeah, I think I think that that a lot of players these days pay a lot of attention to social, which I get it. You know, they're young. They're on social. I'm on social too. We're all on social right now. But I think that they just need to turn that stuff off. They just need to turn that stuff off. Because it'll mess with you. I don't know for sure if that's messing with her, but like I've seen some videos about her and absolutely did what she did against Marina, with hitting her in the face. That wasn't cool, and she got a flagrant for it. Okay, take that move on. All right, some of the stuff that she's done, absolutely, I get it. But I do think that that some people take it too far because they want clicks and views, and so they just bash her. Is it cool? Nah. In my opinion, no. But at some point, you just got to kind of ignore it and let people do whatever they want to do. And you be the baller that you know you can be. Prodigal says they need to keep getting Kamilla the ball. I agree. Waterfall says Quita, most people are hating on her on Chennedy. Well, she got to live with it because she did what she did, and you get the results. You cannot. You can't. Do anything related to Caitlyn or the Indiana Fever and not have everybody down your throat. That's the reality of social media right now. It is. You do anything, you say anything, you physically do anything, you are now public enemy number one. It is what it is. You live with it. Nia says it's actually hilarious. You think this isn't a pro Angel Reese page. You cover this guy every day. It's going to attract Angel Reese fans. It's biased, but that's okay, Yeah, this is a pro everybody page. I don't actually cover this guy every day, but I wish I did. To be honest with you, I wish I did. I wish I covered I wish I could be like a beat reporter or whatever. That'd be cool. There's so much stuff that I don't cover that I should. So yeah. But I feel like in general, I do way more Caitlyn stuff than Angel, I think. Or maybe they're even. Or maybe slightly more Angel. I don't know. But guys, Women's Basketball Weekly is coming back tomorrow. So hopefully y'all are ready for that. And if y'all could, please hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button. That would be really, really awesome. Donna says Kamilla was talking trash after those blocks. She was. She absolutely was. Guy says apply to Quita. Guy, no one's hiring for that. And also I don't want to I think there's hold on, let's see what y'all got to say. Afro Woman says, thank you, Asia, for keeping this guy 2 games behind the Fever. All right, we got somebody excited about that. We got something. We got yeah, anyway. Let's see. Guy says Carter gets knocked down in the paint all the time, and she gets up and plays, not play act like these other actresses. But I will tell you this, y'all. Did y'all see what how Lindsey Allen today was flopping all over the place? Lindsey Allen was flopping today. Y'all, she was flopping today. Man, she was flopping. It was funny because initially, Lindsey Allen got called for a foul. She was on defense. She got called for a foul on, was it Kelsey Plum? I think. And Kelsey Plum was like, exaggerating. And I think later in the game, it seemed like Lindsey Allen had learned how to fake fouls, but she wasn't very good at it because she didn't draw the foul on the aces. She just looked silly because she was like, ugh. She was checking. I was like, come on, Lindsey. That ain't your ministry, girl. That is not your ministry. That is not your ministry, girl. Don't be flopping. Like, the Sky don't flop. That's not what we do. We are not a flopping team. These other teams, let them flop. We don't flop, okay? But yeah, that was hilarious. I was like, Lindsey Allen, come on, girl. Stop with the flopping. Stop with the flopping, girl. Stop with the flopping. Oh, man. Shanna says, have you noticed anything specific the coaches have done to develop Angel's game? I would say that she is doing a better job at trying to jump in games. Now, if you all notice something, this will be pretty obvious. Like, if y'all watch a lot of Sky games, if y'all have watched both of these players before they got to the WNBA, you kind of know this. Angel Reese doesn't jump that much. Kamilla does not jump that much. Yeah. They don't jump much. And I have seen a little bit more of jumping from Angel. I have seen a little bit more of that. Now, I am also seeing her being more willing to go for jumpers, mid-range jumpers. It was a couple games ago, she had like 2 or 3 mid-range jumpers. And it was nice to see. And today she even attempted a 3-point shot. Now, to be honest with you, I'm cool with that. Yes, the season is shot, guys, for the Chicago Sky. Yes, we might make the playoffs, but we're not making it far in the playoffs. We're going to get out in the first round. So it is important to Angel Reese. You better shoot that ball, girl. You better shoot. Even if you miss, who cares? Shoot. You need the experience. Of getting that live action in-game opportunities to shoot jumpers. Because you just need to continue to develop that. So I have seen her be more willing to do that, whereas before, maybe a little bit more scared, a little more timid to shoot those. I like that she's more freer with it. And my thing is, hey, girl, if you miss, whatever, keep shooting it, because in the long run, you have to do that. You have to become a A'ja Wilson-like player. Will you become A'ja Wilson? No. Asia's one of one. No, you cannot be her, but you can be similar to her. And that, to me, should be the goal. The goal should be that Candace Parker type of style of player, that A'ja Wilson style of player, the player who can step out a couple feet, get jumpers off, get 3-point shots off, right? That's the type of player that Angel Reese needs to develop into. And I'm excited to sort of continue to see that. And Kamilla Cardoso also in a similar way. Yes, she is more of a sort of a traditional post, but also Kamilla has a jump shot too. Continuing to develop that. Continuing to develop that and say, hey girl, come on out here. You 6'7"? Come on out here and shoot that mid-range jumper. Come on out here. The water's nice. Shoot that. In the last game, Kamilla had a pretty nice jumper. And so I enjoyed it. All right, let's see the super chats. Thank you so much, Brian, for the super chat. Brian says, do you think that Angel, Kamilla, Chennedy being non-3-point shooters is a spacing issue? Maybe I'm just thinking about it as an NBA fan. In the long term, yes, that's a spacing issue. Right now, is it a spacing issue? Yeah, sure. But like at the end of the day, the sky isn't really going anywhere this year. So it's not that much of an issue. Now, what you have to do is the Sky have to ensure that those other two players in the starting lineup are shooters. You have to. So it is. So Brian, it is a spacing issue. However, if you can have it where your point guard can shoot threes and your shooting guard can shoot threes, you're good. Because the way I see it is Kamilla is a center, Angel's the power forward, Chennedy is the small forward. That's my scenario. And now you need to ensure that your shooting guard and your point guard can shoot. Chennedy can shoot 3-pointers here and there. Like today, she hit some two big ones. She's not the most consistent 3-point shooter. So it's important for spacing issues in the future. Well, that's why you all see that like Chicago has a lot of stagnant basketball sometimes, because no one really has a shot like that, right? And so you see a lot of play inside, and that's why the Chicago Sky leads a W in post scoring each game, because that's where all they're scoring, because they can't really shoot threes or anything. And so it's important for next season, the point guard that we draft, they need to be willing shooters. And guys, when I think about who this guy needs to be getting, like, to be honest with you, I'm thinking like a Georgia Amore type of player, right? A player who, yes, can absolutely pass it in the post, but also a player who is ready to shoot her shot any given day. That's what the Sky should be looking for when it comes to a point guard. Not a pass first point guard. Yes, a pass first point guard, but a pass first point guard that will shoot and can consistently hit down 3-pointers. That's sort of what I think about. And that's why I do like Georgia. I really do. But guys, it's going to depend. Truly, my opinion about Georgia Amore is going to depend on how she does at Kentucky. Because, guys, she is in the SEC now. The ACC is not the SEC. The SEC is way more rough and tumble, way more tougher. And so I'm interested to see how she handles that. If she handles that well, then yes, I am team Georgia Amore for the Chicago Sky. I am. So I'm just saying, Georgia Amore would be a perfect point guard for us if she can handle the SEC. If she can handle the SEC, that's the thing. That is the thing. All right. And then for the shooting guard, we need a score, right? We need a score. Kelsey Mitchell, she might get cored by the Indiana Fever, but if she doesn't, Kelsey, come on over to Chicago. We love you here, right? We need that type of scorer. So yeah, as long as we can get a point guard who could shoot threes and a shooting guard that could shoot threes, we're good. Spacing is fine. But if we get a pass first, barely shoot point guard, we're in the same predicament as we are right now. We're in the same predicament as right now, which is not helpful for us. But that is a great question. Thank you so much, Brian, for asking that. Thank you so much, B. Will, for the super chat. B. Will is asking, Quita, who is the best post player in the league? Well, the best post player in the league, in my opinion, right, is A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson is the best. Next up is Napheesa Collier. Now, Napheesa Collier, in my opinion, she is right now. If the voting is today, A'ja Wilson gets my first vote for MVP. Napheesa Collier gets my second vote. I think Napheesa Collier is so critical. And yes, I hear a lot of people talk about Breanna Stewart. Breanna Stewart's great. She is. However, what Napheesa is doing with the Minnesota Lynx is way more impressive, in my opinion, than what Breanna Stewart's doing. Breanna Stewart's awesome. However, Napheesa's basically carrying that team, the Minnesota Lynx. It's her ability to be impactful on both the offensive and defensive end. And even if she is not scoring, even if she's not scoring, just her ability to space the floor for her team, her ability to just make the right passes, make the right decisions, tell her teammates to go where in certain spots for them to be successful. I think because Napheesa plays for Minnesota, a lot of people don't care about Minnesota. I think they get overlooked. I think that she just gets overlooked a lot. She gets overlooked a whole lot. And guys, Napheesa Collier is the real deal. She's been the real deal for a long while now. And I think that she's having a fantastic year. And yes, she's second in MVP vote to me. She is. I like Stewie. Stewie's good. I don't see Stewie as number 2. I don't. I see Napheesa. And to be honest with you, the way that they are rolling, if Napheesa keeps up her play, and if the Aces continue on the downward spiral that they're on, yes, they won today, but to be quite honest with you, for the 2-time defending champs to barely win against the Chicago Sky, that's not saying much. That's actually saying a lot of terrible. That's actually not that great, to be honest with you. If the Aces continue on their downward spiral and the Lynx continue their dominance and Napheesa Collier continues her dominance, we're not there yet, but we could possibly get to a point where it's Napheesa for MVP. All right? I'm just saying. Like, we might get to that point. Are we there yet? No. But we'll see. Will we ever get there? I don't know. But I'm just saying that, like, it's we're going to have to talk about it because the Aces they're trash right now. They are. Yeah, they won today, but, like, in general, they're trash. They have been, especially since, I don't know if it's the legal stuff that's happening or if they're just tired from the Olympics. But since they've gotten back, they're not the same. They are not the same Las Vegas Aces. So I'm just my 2 cents here and there. My 2 cents, guys. My video on Twitter is making waves. Lots of people calling out the moving screens, and yeah, it was absolutely moving screen by Kelsey Plum. But yeah, that's yeah. Thanks for asking that question. That's a good question. Goon, we've tried that. It didn't work. Goon, I am a huge fan of Dana. Absolutely. I am. They tried to put her at the point. Actually, no. Well, so here's the issue. So Dana was a starting point guard to start the season, and I was very gung ho about it. I loved it. Like, I'm a gigantic Dana Evans fan. Been a big Dana Evans fan. I mean, I watched her when she was at Louisville, but, like, I really became a fan her rookie season. Guys, if y'all don't know the story about how Dana Evans came to Chicago Sky, Dana Evans was not with the Chicago Sky. The Sky did not draft her. The Sky drafted a player named Shayla Hill, something like that. She's an Australian player. We drafted her in 2021. And this was a player that I had never heard of until she was drafted. But she was supposed to be a scorer. I was like, okay. It was one of those like, trust me, bro things from James Wade that was like, nah, she's going to be good. We got this. Shayla Hill's going to be really, really good for the Chicago Sky. Right. So she gets drafted. And she's with the Chicago Sky. And it's not working out. Right. Shayla Hill is not working out for the Chicago Sky. And we draft her pretty high. We draft her pretty high. And she doesn't do much. She was the 8th pick in the 2021 draft by the Chicago Sky. And she's not doing much. And so the Chicago Sky decide to, I believe it was I can't remember if they waived her or if they traded her and then she was waived. But Shayla Hill ended up getting moved from the Chicago Sky. I think it was a trade where we may have traded Shayla for Dana Evans. I think. I think that's what we did. And then we got Dana, and Dana rode the bench. It was Dana and Dana and Lexi Brown. Dana Evans and Lexi Brown rode the bench basically the entire season with the Sky. Went after Dana got to the Sky. So it was a trade. So Dana was drafted by Dallas as the 13th pick, second round pick for Dallas in the 2021 draft. And I believe we traded Dana for Shayla Hill, and then Shayla got cut. And Dana and Lexi Brown rode the bench for the most part. The Sky, remember, that's the year the Sky won the championship. There was a playoff game where it was a home game. The Sky were winning by a decent amount. And James Wade decides to, I believe it was the fourth quarter. It's the fourth quarter. James Wade puts in the bench, right? So Dana Evans comes in the game, and Dana Evans scores 2 back-to-back 3-point shots. And the crowd we was already into it. Because, guys, as y'all know, I've been a season ticket holder for a long time. The Sky fans, we were really, really into it. Really, really into it. Like, let's go, Sky, let's go. We were winning. I forgot who we were playing. We were winning. Dana Evans comes down the court, gets a 3-ball to go. And we were like, yeah, let's go, Dana. Because we wanted Dana to come in the game. And then she hit a 3-point basket. It was huge. Then I think it was the next possession or a couple possessions down the road. Dana Evans comes back another 3-point basket. And then after that, I was like, yup, that's my favorite player. Yup. Because it was like she had the confidence. Her confidence was through the roof. Because number one, up until that point, fans had chants. We literally had chants about Dana Evans and Lexi Brown. It was, but primarily it was about Dana, though. It was put Dana in the game. We said it just about every game. It was a thing. James Wade knew about it. He heard us, Dana got in. She heard the crowd. She knew the crowd was cheering for her. She get 2 back-to-back 3-point baskets, and that was it. From that moment on, it was not just me. It was me. It was several people in my section, several Skytown people who was like, after that game, Dana was their favorite. After that game. So after that game, I wind up getting a Dana Evans jersey. And ever since then, I've been rocking with Dana Evans. All right. So I'm just saying, like, it was something about the confidence that girl had after not really playing at all to just come in this game and knock down some threes that just made me a gigantic fan. I mean, I already knew about her. I already knew her talent and whatnot, but it was that moment. Yeah. So it's weird. It's weird that you know, how, like, I still remember that, and like that's why I'm a gigantic Dana Evans fan. Dana Evans can shoot. We tried the idea of Dana Evans being our starting point guard. I thought she could do it. I had a lot of confidence in her. It didn't work out. It didn't work out because she's not a point guard. She's not a point guard. Dana Evans is a straight up shooter. Okay. And it's important for her because last year I thought Dana Evans was good. She was a really good defender last year. Really, really good defender. I would say she was one of our best guard defenders last year. And she came off the bench. And this year it was like, okay, Dana's going to start. It's going to be her team. Let's go, Dana. And she struggled because she tried to be something that she's not. Dana Evans is not a point guard. It's okay. You don't have to be a point guard. It was like, oh, because she's so short, she has to be a point guard. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She don't have to be a point guard. She's 5'6", but she don't have to be a point guard. Dana Evans is a fantastic shooting guard. She is. If she gets out of her head, and plays freely, not trying to overthink and pass the ball. No, Dana, shoot. That's what you do well. You shoot and you play defense. That's what you do. That is what you do. And if she just does that, oh, it's a recipe. It's a recipe for success. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, Dana is fantastic, but she cannot be a point guard, and it's okay. It's okay. I feel like though she's in her head though. Like, come on, Dana, come on in the game and shoot. Don't worry about passing, because when you all in your head about passing, then you wind up turning the ball over, and you wind up doing something silly. No, come in the game, sit down, play some defense, and girl, you better shoot that thing. Shoot. We know you shoot 3-pointers. Shoot them 3-pointers. We know you can get to the basket. Get to the basket. We know you got that float game. You can do those floaters. Don't worry about passing the ball. Don't worry about it. Shoot. And I think that's what she needs. I think she needs her confidence back, and she needs them to tell her to just shoot. And I feel like at home games, I feel like I'm always screaming it. Dana, shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. I am a real big believer in Dana Evans and her abilities in the WNBA. I am. And the experiment of the shooting of the point guard Dana didn't work. It didn't. It's okay. It is okay. You're a shooting guard, girl. Shoot the basketball, play some defense, and you got it. But don't let all the people get all in your head, and you got to pass the ball, and you got to be all fancy with it. No, you're going to turn the ball over. It's okay. Take that ball and shoot. All right? Sometimes it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's okay. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing right there. Let's see. This fan, thank you so much for the super chat. Says the Louisville Cardinal was lighting it up. Yeah. Dana Evans could ball. Yeah. Oh, I missed this. Seti, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Says, I was expecting the Sky to call it a season after being blown out twice by the Phoenix Mercury twice and having a shaky game against the Sparks, but they have done a lot with very little of the last two games against two good teams. Facts. That's because the Sky, they rose to the occasion. We all know that this is a really good team. This is a really good squad in terms of like possibilities. It's just so many possibilities that like it's going to continue to click and click and click and click. And then in the coming years, this team is going to be really good. Like, guys, Sky almost took down the Aces earlier, if you all saw that. Guys, I don't know if y'all noticed, but the Connecticut Sun almost lost to the Chicago Sky. Connecticut Sun is second best team in the W. I'm just saying. If the Sky play against a team that is not crazy amazing from the 3-point line, we got a chance. Sit down and play some defense, and let's make some stuff happen. Let's make it happen. Carmela says, personal awareness is very important when you're growing a team. Being able to identify your player's strength and weakness is key. Confidence is important as well. Yeah, facts. Anthony says, sorry, we needed a taller and faster point guard, not dribbler, Dana. Well, yeah, because Dana's not the point guard. She shouldn't be the point guard. She plays the point guard. I wish she wouldn't. Shooting guard. Let's go, Dana. But yeah, we do need a point guard. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. Let's see. The stranger that sojourns among you. Wow, what a name. Says Lindsay was an X factor against the Sun the other day. Yep. Fun fact, guys. The Connecticut Sun is just Sun, no S. The Phoenix Suns, the men's team, the NBA team, they have an S at the end, but the Connecticut Sun do not. It's just Sun. That's it. Also, her name, it doesn't have a Y, just I. Donald says Olivia Miles would be perfect for the Sky. I actually like that too. But to be honest with you, I before I really say that, I want to see Olivia Miles this season. Because I know how good Olivia Miles was. I want to see her this year. Specifically how she works stuff out with Hannah Hidalgo. Because I think that there's like, they're not the same player. And I'm not necessarily comparing them, but I do think there's similarities in Hannah Hidalgo's game and Chennedy Carter's. Meaning, motor for days, doesn't get tired, happy to handle the ball, and someone who can get to the rim constantly. And so I'm interested to see how Olivia works with Hannah and like how they play together. Because if that works out really well, then yeah, I want Olivia Miles. Yeah. Let's see. Sean says, I think it's all BS. I kind of think Chennedy doesn't like Spoon. From not starting at the beginning of the year to being sat down random times, it's not what we think. Yeah, maybe she doesn't like her at times, but ultimately I think that that Chennedy Carter, I think, realizes that Teressa Weatherspoon is looking out for what's best for her, right? I think that Teressa Weatherspoon really does care about Chennedy Carter. And I think that Chennedy recognizes that. And does she like being sat down? at times? No, of course she doesn't. Did she like being sat down today with 4 minutes left to go in the game? No, I'm sure she didn't. But it was for a reason. And ultimately, I do see Chennedy Carter re-signing with this team. Like I can't imagine her deciding not to re-sign with this team, because I think Teaspoon is really good for her. And by the way, I've been seeing a lot of people calling for Teaspoon to get fired and all this other stuff. No, Teressa Weatherspoon is a really good coach. I am very excited about her being our coach. Again, this is Sky fan Quita talking right now. I am very excited about her being our coach. The reason why is because I wanted her from day one. When James Wade announced that he was leaving, me and my mama sat in the car, recorded an episode of Talking Sky with Quita and Mom, and we talked about it. And I said that I wanted Teaspoon because she had just parted ways with the I believe at that moment, I think she had parted ways with the New Orleans Pelicans, or yeah, I think she had either parted ways or like was right before that. I wanted her because I saw the relationship that she had with Zion Williamson, and I think that that Zion also Zion has lost a lot of weight. He has really lost a lot of weight. I like the relationship that she had with him, and also I like when she talks. I like the way she talks. She's sort of she's a really good motivator, right? And as a former W player that was a coach in the NBA, I think it really does help to jumpstart you for success. Look at Becky Hammond, right? There's certain things about the game that the men just do differently, right? And you can take that and use that for your team and develop your team like that. And I love it. So I'm a big believer in Teaspoon. Sometimes do I agree with all her rotations? No. Sometimes I'm like, I wish she would have ran a different play. Yes. But at the end of the day, I think she is the coach of the future for this team. And, yes, we lose some games and whatnot. Yes, there are some mistakes that's made or whatever. But ultimately, I think she's going to be really good for us. And I think sometimes fans are a little bit too quick to, if someone does not like what you did, if someone doesn't like what you did, they call you a horrible person, horrible player, horrible coach, horrible this, horrible that, and they say you need to get fired. It feels like that's a lot of what the internet says. It's like, oh, you are garbage. You need to get fired because I disagree with the call that you made. I disagree with that play. And because I'm a basketball genius, I want you to get fired because you suck. It feels like that's what it seems like that's what a lot of people say nowadays. And it's just like, no. Stop calling for this lady to get fired. No. She's a really good coach for us. And I think guys, I think a lot of the people who are saying that are like new. You're new maybe to the WNBA, you're new to the Chicago Sky or what? Because the Sky has basically all new players this year. We have a brand new head coach, brand new GM, all brand new coaches. The assistant coaches are all brand new. We are a complete team in flux. The Chicago Sky were predicted to be last in the WNBA. Last. And we're competing for a playoff spot right now. What more do you want? I think sometimes people are just like way too emotional and way too like unreasonable. What more do you want? To call for this lady to get fired because you don't like a play that she called, or she sat a player that you wanted to play or whatever, and now you're like, oh, she don't know what she's doing. She's terrible. Look, we lost this game. Guys, she has taken a team that has basically all new players, new system, new everything, got them working together, and has taken a team that was supposed to be 12th in the league to 8. We might make the playoffs this year. What more do you want, people? What more do you want? It's unreasonable. I think sometimes people are way too unreasonable. What more do you want? We are seeing growth game after game. We are seeing growth. We are. The players are growing. She's growing as a coach. She's adjusting. I've seen rotation changes. I've seen changes in plays and whatnot. I've seen that. I've seen a concerted effort to go more in the post now more than ever. She's adjusting on the fly. She's making decisions. Yes. Has some stuff cost us games? Yes. And I can point to some of those games too. However, I think she's trying her best, and I think she's doing a good job, to be honest with you. It's her first year. Maybe you all are perfect. Maybe you all are perfect people who don't make any mistakes and are just, everything you touch is perfect. Everything you touch is perfect, and it's gold, and it's fantastic and whatnot. And you maybe you don't have to grow in any area at all. Maybe you're perfect. I'm not. But what I see is, I see potential, a lot of potential. And I see her making adjustments in real time. And I think she's doing well. I do. I think she's doing well. So no, she should not get fired. No. All right. So thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh man, I guess today's early game really just got me. It really got me going. It really got me going. Reese says we don't want her to get fired, just want her to be better. I mean, yeah, absolutely. She should. Yeah, she should get better. Absolutely, and she will. But maybe Riz, maybe it's not you. I have literally seen a bunch of people who have posted on my comments on YouTube. I've seen people on all the social medias, Twitter and others, talking about how this lady needs to get fired. I've seen it. Maybe you have not said it, Riz, but I have seen countless of people call for that. And I'm just saying, it's unreasonable. It's crazy. What are you doing? What are you talking about? You're just upset. So, yeah. Let's see. TG with the soda says, this is Spoon's first year coaching, so mistakes will be plenty, but Carter's reputation unfortunately precedes her. It does precede her. It does precede her. That's something she has to work through. Definitely. Seti, thank you so much, Seti, for the super chat. Says, I want to say I appreciate your videos. I am a new WNBA fan. Oh, welcome to the W. And I have learned about all the teams, players, and history because of you. Also, thanks for pronouncing my name correctly. All right. Well, Seti, thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm happy I'm pronouncing your name right. I really do appreciate it. And I'm so happy that you are new to the W. Welcome. It is a fantastic crew to be among. Yeah, thanks for rocking with me. And more and more history coming up. More and more sort of player analysis and all that good stuff. I got a lot of cool stuff planned. So it should be very, very fun. Thank you so much for rocking with me. For Facetti, for all the other people who have given super chats, I really do appreciate it. For the folks on Patreon who are actively supporting this channel every single month, I really do appreciate it. Like guys, it says a lot that like you all like there's so many people who like believe in this channel and like believe what we're doing in the importance of it and whatnot, and I really do appreciate that. I really do. Like this video itself is more sort of like off the rails, like not sort of like the standard Quita that you normally get. I'm a little bit like antsy, probably because like fired up or whatever because of the game that happened today. But I really do strive to like make this a place for all fans of women's basketball, whether you're new, whether you're old, whether you're just starting to get used to the W, whether you only like one player or one team or like whatever. I want this to be a place where everybody feels welcome and where people feel like they can talk and like say their piece and whatnot and learn something. And so I hope that that's what this is for you guys. So yeah, that's sort of the thing. So thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you so much. I don't know if I'll do live streams after a game that I attended in person. I don't know if I'll do that again. I don't know. I feel very fired up today. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it was such a close game that I'm just like crazy today. But I do appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. I try to hold two versions of myself, right? You have the crazy Sky fan Quita, and then you have the sort of women's basketball observer Quita, right? And I try to hold those two in contention, where I try to like show my like Sky fan side on like my other channel, and this channel I try to be like very like, I'm not gonna look at this from a Sky fan perspective. I'm gonna try to look at it from a neutral observer perspective. And so, do I always succeed at that? No, but I try my best. I try my best to, especially on this channel, to like make it very like, would a neutral observer that have watched all the games that I've watched, that has seen all this stuff, would they think of this? Or is this a Sky fan thinking of this? So I try to think about that and then try to work from there. Troy is wondering who will win the Juju sweepstakes. We got 2 more years to actually, no, we got 3 more years to worry about that. So I don't know. I tell you this though, I would not be looking to win that right now. I would not be looking to win that right now. Because Juju Watkins is not coming in the WNBA for a while, right? We got 3 more college basketball seasons until we see Juju Watkins, because she's going to use up all 4 years of college for sure. All right? We got 3 more NCAA seasons. I think it makes no sense personally to be on a Juju Watkins sweepstakes, because that means you're going to be trash for the next 3 years on purpose to get Juju Watkins. To me, I don't think a team has 3 years to be trash. I don't, unless you have the backing of an NBA team, right? Unless you have that, I don't think you can be trash for 3 years. So I don't know. I don't know who's in the sweepstakes for Juju Watkins. I think the only thing that we can now really look at is like who's coming up now, right? Which is Paige Bueckers, Goon says 2 more now. How? Juju Watkins was a freshman. So she has her sophomore season, which is upcoming. She has her junior season, and she has her senior season. That's 3 seasons. 3 college seasons. She has 3 college seasons to go. So personally, that the whole Juju and Malaysia Fulwiley sweepstakes, I don't know, because to be honest with you, I don't think teams should be thinking about that. She can leave early. I don't think she will. I don't think we'll see Malaysia or Juju Watkins leave early. I don't think they will. They can come out as a junior, but I don't think they will. I don't. Who knows? Maybe she will. Anna says, can you talk about the Valkyries? Yeah, so the Valkyries is the new Golden State team. And actually, I think I might talk about it in my in tomorrow's show. But there was recently I believe it was like an open house of sorts that happened for the Valks. And so yeah. B Will says, why not? Why not what? I'm confused. Why not what? But anyway, the Valkyries is a new Golden State team. And there's been conversation about like people wondering, okay, well, is the Valkyries going to get the number 1 pick, or like what's going to happen? Likely, no, they're not going to get the number 1 pick. So the last new team that entered the WNBA, I forgot the year, but it was the Atlanta Dream. And when the Atlanta Dream came in, I believe they had the 4th pick in the draft. I believe. I'm gonna make a video sort of going through it. Just sort of the last expansion draft, and we can talk about like this year's. There was an open house that recently was had at Chase Center by the Golden State Valks. I'm going to include that in tomorrow's edition of Women's Basketball Weekly. But they've made some hirings. The Valks have made some. I'm going to call them the Valks because Valkyries feels too long to me, even though it's not that long. But anyway, the Valks had a open house, and which was pretty cool. They have also sold a boatload of merch and have gotten a whole bunch of ticket deposits for season tickets. And so that's a thing. It's going to be pretty awesome to see this team sort of take shape. They have their logo. They have everything sort of down pat. Now all they really need to do is like start to work out what they're going to do for the expansion draft and like who they're going to pick up that's currently in the WNBA. Because there's going to be 2 drafts, guys, that you all have to look out for. Okay, 2 drafts. You have to deal with the expansion draft, which affects current WNBA players. And then you have to deal with the regular draft, which is the regular sort of college draft. All right. So that's something to note. All right. But I am going to sort of talk a little bit about the Valkyries in tomorrow's episode of Women's Basketball Weekly. So hopefully y'all join me for that. Tom says you should do a prediction show and see who will be the 12-team roster for the Valks. Well, I'm going to wait until they announce the rules for the expansion draft, and then I'll do that. Yeah. But I think that would be fun. That would be very, very fun. Yeah, Miles. Yeah, 2 expansion drafts 2 years in a row, which does kind of suck. I wish that that the Toronto team would have got their stuff figured out so they could have also joined in 2025. Because 2 expansions in a row, just for one team each, is not great. It's not great. But it's better than nothing, that's for sure. It is better than nothing. Ice says, could meet you and Mr. President at Wendy's. But yeah, that's the thing. All right, guys. Well, that's the stream today. I feel like I've talked way too much. So I thank y'all so much for walking with me. I thank you. Guys, if y'all have not hit that like button, please make sure to hit that like button on y'all way out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if y'all have not done so far. Guys, I make content all about women's basketball. So if that is your thing, please make sure to join me right here. I've already announced it. So I was about to say I have a special announcement, but I already said it. If you didn't notice I said it, I'm going to say it again. Guys, Women's Basketball Weekly is coming back, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the show is coming back finally. The Rock has come back. Anyway, it's coming back. So I will have a fresh new episode of Women's Basketball Weekly for y'all tomorrow. So make sure y'all have y'all notification bells on so y'all can watch it. It's about to be a it's about to be a long one. Well, semi-long one. We're about to cover a whole bunch of stuff. College basketball is back on topic. All right, so we're going to talk about college basketball on tomorrow. We're going to talk about WNBA. We're going to talk about the playoffs that's about to be here before you know it. And as y'all know, I always got a little bit of history to share with y'all, so we got some history as well. Anyway, thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Shout out to the people on Patreon who are supporting this channel. If y'all want to support the channel financially, y'all can do so at patreon.com/Quita Loves Sports. Guys, that's it. I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Be kind to someone. Be nice to someone. Be respectful. You don't have to be nice. You could be respectful though. Be respectful of other people. Guys, if no one has told you, let me tell you today, you matter, you are important, and I am happy that you are on this earth, guys. Happy Sunday. Hope y'all went to church today. I did not go in person, but I did watch on my way to the Sky game earlier. But guys, I love you. Most importantly, Jesus loves you. Until next time, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.